As we head into the peak of the Lionsgate portal tomorrow, I checked in clairvoyantly today to look at the energy of this particular Lionsgate. As you know, we have the 8/8, and the 8 on its side is the infinity symbol. So that means infinity/infinity. Infinity outside of us is the expansion of the universe, the compilation of the matrix, if you will, in quantum energy. And that infinity is constantly growing, constantly expanding. The infinity inside of us invites us to go within and to look at all of the possibility. You know, we came into this particular incarnation with certain soul agreements, a purpose, and intention. Most of us came through that veil of forgetfulness as we entered the 3D earthly plane so that we could start from a clean slate, an even playing field, if you will. And that gives us ways to experience things from a fresh perspective and maybe heal those karmic imbalances, to complete soul agreements and break karmic ties that before weren't possible because of all the baggage that we were carrying. So we come in with that clean slate. Well, what happens with that forgetfulness is that we lose track of our power. We lose track of the infinite possibility that we hold within us. So with this particular Lionsgate portal, we're being asked to look at the infinity outside of us, as well as the infinity inside of us, stepping into our power, into our pure nature. I was shown a meditation to guide you through today to help open up more of that internal so that we can create from that power, from that infinite possibility, and help the external infinity grow and expand. So, when we do clairvoyant meditations, it's always best to sit with your feet flat on the floor and with your chakras in alignment. We don't need to be stiff, but we do want to be in alignment. We want to be grounded into the body because that's why we came here, was to do the work on the body level. And so all of the energy work that we're going to be doing is going to be in the physical for the body while we work both on the spiritual and mental emotional at the same time. So to begin, go ahead and close those eyes and bring your point of awareness behind your eyes and move it backwards until you're in between your ears. And I'm going to have my eyes closed for this meditation to encourage you to keep your eyes closed too. I'm not putting up pretty pictures. Don't want you to miss anything. I'm still doing the same thing. So have that point of awareness behind your eyes and in between your ears. And we always begin by giving the body the gift of a breath. Inhaling deeply down to your root chakra at the tip of the tailbone, and exhaling. And this time, see if you can keep your point of awareness behind your eyes and in between your ears as you take another breath in and exhale completely. And I want you to feel roots coming from that root chakra, that base chakra at the tip of your tailbone, going thousands of miles down, deeply rooted into the center of the earth, while you remain in neutrality. And I want you to imagine that you are in a type of container, whether it's a pool, and if you don't like water, think about laying in a bed or think about a hammock. But put yourself in a container that's kind of a nice place for you to be. I like to be in a pool, okay? So it doesn't matter what kind of pool or bed or hammock, Just imagine yourself being supported in a container. And in this metaphor, the earth is the container and we are our soul essence. And I want you to just take a moment. Most of you will be old enough to remember the game Mother May I. I don't even know if younger generations still play this game. But just as a quick recap, Mother May I was a game of permission. Somebody stood on one side of the room and the other bunch of people lined up on the other wall, and they said, Mother, may I take 3 small leaps, or Mother, may I take 1 giant step. They asked all different kinds of movement, and the goal was to get up close enough to actually touch Mother and win the game. And so it was a matter of granting permission. And the mother could then say, no, you can't take 3 giant leaps, but you can take 3 baby steps. And it was always a game of back and forth all around permission. And do you know that most of the time that we limit ourselves in this 3D life experience, it's because we're not giving ourselves permission. We are allowing something, an experience, a pain, programming in our space to limit us rather than us having full permission. You know, I, like many people, have had a near-death experience. And once you tap into the energy and the essence that's on the other side, we live with a little bit more openness. We approach life a little bit differently. Yet I'll be honest with you, my near-death experience was over 40 years ago. And I've lived enough life in those 40 years that I still have to kind of take pause and go back to that essence and experience it. It's not fresh and new in my space anymore. And so I invite you to contemplate giving yourself more permission. So the first thing that I'm going to ask you to do is, while you're there, sitting in the pool, sitting in the center of the bed, or resting comfortably in the hammock, I want you to give yourself permission to make that container bigger, larger, more expansive, more opportunities for support. So just imagine that the hammock, that the bed, that the pool, whatever container you're in, a car, a vehicle, doesn't matter, is more expanded. It's fuller. There's more place in there for you to experience, for you to be, to fill your essence into that space. And now allow yourself to have more space to be within that container. So allow your aura field to expand. Allow the energy that's within your chakras and in your body to expand outward and become more powerful. Take up more space within that container that you're in. And then we're going to do this again. We're going to allow that pool, that bed, or that hammock to become larger still, even more support for us. And then we're going to give ourselves permission to grow our energy, to bring more of our soul essence into that container, into that which we call the body, running our energy through those chakras, giving it power to go throughout that aura field and expand a little bit wider. Giving yourself more space to be. There's something special about a trio, about something being 3 sides or a triangle. So we're going to do this one more time, a third time. Expand your container more completely. Allow it to really have a lot of divine resources to support you. And now expand your physicality, your chakras, your mind, your emotions, that auric field, your connection to the divine. Allow it to take up more space within that container. Feel it fill with your soul essence. All of that permission so that whenever there's a mother may I, oh, I have this idea, that it is backed with lovely energy, that if you truly decide that you wish to bring this idea into fruition, that the barriers fall away. You feel your essence, you feel your power, you feel your soul purpose. And if this is divinely guided, if it's part of your soul path, you're free and clear to create, to move forward, to embrace, to align with that new project, idea, whatever it is you're bringing into this 3D reality. Sometimes it's a vibration. Sometimes it's just vibrating at kindness or at love or at amusement all day long. And then everyone who comes in contact with you gets a little bit of that to match for themselves. And then they bring it to people so that it ripples outward from you, infinitely outward. And based on your infinite resources, when we are connected with Source, when we are connected with our true essence, we have infinite support within, and we can create that infinite ripple outside of us. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fill that container, whether it's a pool, whether it's a bed, whether it's a hammock, we're going to fill it with certainty in your soul form prior to your incarnation, so that everywhere you look right now, everything that you're experiencing right now is filled with your soul essence, that essence of the full connectedness, the being one with the universe, one with all that you love. You are love. There's nothing but love. That vibration, allow that to vibrate throughout that container, throughout your body, your chakras, your aura field. Allow your soul essence to fill from within, fully out, all throughout that container. And then as you do this, as you feel into this, as you experience this beautiful moment of being surrounded by your true soul essence, give yourself lots and lots of permission. And we're going to get a blessing from the all that is, so that we can bring our true soul essence to this 3D reality, this plane of existence that is the 3D earth. And we can spread what we came here to do throughout this planet, throughout this plane. We're getting a little blessing filled with loads of permission and divine love. Beautiful. And now embrace this expanded version of you, fully supported here on earth. We use the pool or the bed or the hammock for the metaphor. And have your awareness in the center of your head. And give your body another beautiful breath to allow that vibration to really soak into all of the cells. Breathe it in on that cellular level throughout the systems of the body, whether it's the circulatory system, the respiratory system, the skeletal system, the skin, the organs. Allow all of it to fill with your soul essence, your life force energy. And I thank you for doing this exercise with me. Give your body another breath. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And the reason I thank you for doing this exercise with me is because you are really important to bring your soul essence here to this world. And I want to do whatever I can to help you along that path. For those who have yet to meet me, my name is Laura Sabates. I'm a clairvoyant medium, animal communicator, and a sound and energy practitioner. I support people just like yourself in opening up their spiritual gifts, tapping into their soul purpose, and embodying it here in this incarnation. I invite you to visit creatingharmonywithlaura.com, where I have a free guide called the 5-Minute Clairvoyant Reset waiting for you.